Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Network is on the air. Talking Golf is brought to you by American Transmission Company, ATC, helping you keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong. American Family Insurance, insure carefully and dream fearlessly. Oak Park Place, offering senior living options for the lifestyle you deserve with amenities and services for a carefree, independent way of life. And by the Princeton Club, a premier health club that combines state-of-the-art equipment with a highly trained staff and convenient locations. Now, here are your co-hosts of Talking Golf, Dennis Tiziani and Paul Brown.
And welcome to another round of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and Kevin Ryan and Mr. McCann are behind the scenes here taking care of the show. And we are now on YouTube. If you have any interest in watching the show live, all you have to do is go to your search site, go to the Golf Effect, AFFECT, and you'll come up with...
Can I correct you on one thing there? You can search it right on YouTube. Go to YouTube and then search in the YouTube search engine.
And look for the Steve Stricker logo. It's a silhouette of Steve, and the show will pop up, and it's live. And who was it saying? Greg Smith, you guys are better looking on TV than you are in person, or something like that?
Yeah, but you got to consider the source. Short guy, plays wooden clubs. I mean, come on. Where are you going with that?
On the show tonight, Tim Rosefort of the Golf World Magazine and the Golf Channel will be on with us in about 3 or 4 minutes. Mario Tiziani, who is Dennis's son, he's a sports agent, and he represents Steve Stricker, will be with us. Mario is also, isn't he, Tiz, deeply involved in the American Family Insurance Championship.
He's one of the board members on that championship, so he knows what's going on. He doesn't say very much, however. I don't know. They must swear him to secrecy.
That probably has something to his dad talking all the time, and he can't get a word in edgewise.
That probably could be.
And we're going to go back in time when you were coach at UW with the golf program. We're going to go back to 92 and 93. And a guy that won a Big Ten title and 3 state opens, Ben Walters, is going to be with us.
Ben will be here, yeah. He won in 90. He won in 94.
Mm-hmm.
And then the team won in 93 and 94.
Pretty good player, huh?
Well,
obviously.
He's a very good player, yeah. He tried to play a little bit on the mini tours and stuff, but, he needed a little bit more backing and stuff to do it. But he's very successful as a real estate agent today. Done very good, but one of those opens, he beat Steve coming down the stretch.
No kidding.
Yeah, up in Eau Claire. I remember that. I watched him do it, and he won the Open. He won the Big Ten going away, kind of like.
And you read the Gary D'Amato of Wisconsin.golf, their senior writer, did do the article on Bobby Stricker.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the article?
It was really good. She said, she's that way. She's going to say the right things and everything. And you mentioned about her wanting to maybe go on a little bit.
Yeah. They mentioned in the article that she's kind of reshaping her.
Pretty good. And I think we chatted about this. I don't know any players. Maybe there's some way out there on the Pro Tour, but certainly I don't know anybody that I know about that's made 9 birdies in 18 holes, which she did last summer at Brown Deer by chance,
Yeah.
So she shot 7 under. So there's capability there. She has the insides, I know. I spent some time with her today. And a big item that a lot of young players, the affordability to stay out there. You don't have to get sponsors and stuff like that. Well, Steve keeps winning some of these tournaments. There might be an
wheelbarrow money, huh?
Wheelbarrow money.
That's your term, not mine.
She might have the money to go ahead to stay out there, and if she stayed out there, she'll do good.
Well, we're going to chat with Tim Rosefort as we'll take a break here, and we'll be back with more on Talking Golf after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Andy North. Join me and my friend Steve Stricker as we launch Birdies for Health at the American Family Insurance Championship, June 21st through 23rd. Birdies for Health is an effort to support American Family Children's Hospital, UW Carbone Cancer Center, and people experiencing organ transplants, Alzheimer's, and eye diseases. Make a pledge for every birdie that's made at this year's American Family Insurance Championship, and all the money you donate will go toward research and helping people in Wisconsin. Visit birdiesforhealth.org.
Hi, this is Andy with the Princeton Clubs. Our summer launch event is going on right now because summer is just a few weeks away. And that means warm weather, fun activities, and relaxing by the outdoor pool. We make getting ready for summer easy. So join during our summer launch event. And it includes access to our 6-week summer prep group training program, nutrition guidance, one-on-one with our personal trainers, and a membership to our award-winning facility. It's everything you need to get into shape for an incredible Wisconsin summer. The summer launch event going on now at the Princeton Club.
It's time to play the University of Wisconsin golf course, University Ridge. Opening for play on May 1st with new bunkers and design changes, University Ridge is one of the best deals in the Midwest. The American Family Insurance Championship is less than 2 months away.
Yep, he said he's waiting on a 12-foot birdie
public golf courses on the PGA Tour Champions prior to the event.
He said he's also waiting on a 12-foot
For
birdie putt,
information
too.
or to book a tee time, check out universityridge.com. Play where the Badgers and the pros play. University Ridge.
American Transmission Company moves electricity from where it's generated to communities where it's needed. Along the way, we help create an environment we can all appreciate. Animals find food in pollinator-friendly habitats we plant. Osprey nests on our platforms, and neighbors enjoy trails we help develop. At ATC, we care about the environment we all share. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
W265 CB Madison.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use the outdoor pool. You can play tennis for court cost only and use all the facilities at the Princeton Club and go to the Madison Club. If you're a business, Cherokee offers a voucher program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with golf cart for only $1,500. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, and you can book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. Hi, this is Paul Brown, longtime Badger sportscaster. My wife was only 57 years old when she started having trouble remembering things at work and getting lost driving home. That was the start of a heartbreaking 8-year journey that led to her eventual passing from Alzheimer's. Please don't ignore the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. Know where Alzheimer's hides. Find information at alz.org/Wisconsin.
Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
We're back at Cherokee Country Club along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and one of our favorite guests is going to join us now, Tim Rosaport. We listed his credentials before the break. And Tim, welcome to the show. We haven't had you on since Tigers won the Masters. And I want to just go back and reference a couple things here. Tim, you've known Tiger, I don't know for how many years, many, many years. In fact, you've been involved, I believe, with 3 books about Tiger and that kind of thing. When you were there at the Masters and watched him win that tournament, from your perspective of all those years of being around Tiger, I'd be curious how you felt when that all played out the way it did.
Well, Paul, I've known him since he was basically 14 years old. I covered the first 2 amateurs that he won for Sports Illustrated, and when his dad was following him around the course, got to know Earl pretty well as well. And what did I think when he won the Masters this time around? Well, it was an emotional thing. I mean, I don't want to say I burst out crying. I had I would basically gauge as maybe some wet eyes, but it wasn't like I lost it. But I admired it, and it was a moment of history. And I wish I'd do it all over again. I would have been out more on the golf course back in the TV compound to kind of feel it a little more. But you don't see every image that way, and so I saw the hug with Earl, and I'm sorry, not with Earl, but with Tita, and what that all represented. It was more than just a man, winning one of the biggest golf tournaments of the world. It was about his victory over some issues and some demons and some other things that were going on in his life, and you know, you think back, it was 2 years ago this week, Memorial Day weekend, that he was pulled over, not far from my house in Jupiter. And, you know, we remember some of them. I don't want to get into the details of that at this point in time, but obviously it wasn't his finest hour. And, you know, to come back and to kind of get things in priority, I guess is the best way of putting it, and to do it for his kids was moving. And, it was great to see, and an honor to be there. I've been to some incredible sporting events over the 30-something year career that I've had in all sports, and I couldn't say what number 2 was compared to Woods winning that major championship at Augusta at that point in his life. You know, the final thing, I'll just make this quick. He did the Golf Raiders dinner, as he always does. He's won the Player of the Year 7 times. He's always showed up. He won the Bartlett Award for contributions to society. He showed up for the Hogan Award this year. And that's when he told the story of being unable to get up to the champions dinner on that night a year earlier because they had to do a nerve block to get him up there, and how he flew to Europe and got a consultation, then flew to Texas and had his back fused. And from there, the story started heading toward what we saw at Augusta, the history we all saw, and the moment that was just one of those classic Tiger Woods moments. I can't think of, again, number 2 to it because he's had so many, but this was definitely number 1 to me.
Tim, I'm going to bring Dennis into the conversation on this one, and both of you give an opinion, if you would, please. Start with Dennis. 15 majors now. Does he, after what you're seeing, the way he's playing and winning the Masters, does he go back, Jack? And how about the 81 wins? Have you changed your opinion on what you maybe previously thought?
Well, I don't think I really had a bad opinion of it, other than his swing deteriorated. Maybe it was physical. Maybe it was trying to find. I could never figure out how a guy who won 14 majors needed an entourage or needed a coach. I could never figure that out. And from what I understand is that either the coach he has now is underground a little bit, or his swing right now is better than it's ever been. My opinion, watching it over and over again. Steve and I have talked about it, and it's better now. So does he have a chance to beat 81? I think so. Winning those majors, he's going to have to play a little bit, but he certainly has the capability to do it.
Tim, your thoughts on that subject?
Yeah, he'll pass Snead's record. I'm not sure about the major record yet because, as Tiz just said, you got to play going into majors to be able to be sharp. And obviously, he was not that at Bethpage in the PGA Championship, and just sort of the first precursor to what everybody should maybe tap the brakes a little bit is in thinking that he's going to go blowing right past Nicklaus's record. Now, Pebble, he's got a great shot there. You know, we remember winning by 15, and it's not going to be the type of test that Bethpage was. It's narrow fairways, but I think he's going to be able to get around it better, even though he won at Bethpage with better memories, I think. So. But again, it comes down to his body and how much stress he can take on it as it relates to getting ready for the events that he so wants to win and before his career is over.
Tim, we're obviously, Dennis and all of the people here in Wisconsin, we're prejudiced. And I'd be curious, you're inside the ropes on the PGA Tour. You know a lot of the players, you know what's going on. I want to talk about Steve being selected Ryder Cup captain. From all of the conversation you've picked up at all levels on the PGA Tour, be it officials, tournament people, or players, what do you think universally the reaction is to Steve being named captain, and why would they feel that way?
Well, it was a no-brainer for a lot of reasons, because his career and his where he grew up in Wisconsin there, on the other side of the state from where the Ryder Cup's going to be played at Herb Kohler's place, but still, you know, he associates with that golf course, that resort, that state, and you know, he's been groomed for it through President's Cup captaincies, and he's been part of the Ryder Cup team from the beginning before it was redefined anyway, and so he's been a part of it behind the scene since the start of this turnaround from the task force to where he is today. And, well, you guys, Dennis, obviously, you know him as well as anybody. He's definitely a guy that players are going to want to play for, period. And it's just a matter of if there's enough Kleenexes in that locker room at the Whistling Straits so so they
No, I
can dab
think-
his eyes and recuperate and make the point he was making in a talk.
You hit it right on the head. He's low key enough, but he's also knowing that it's not going to win for him. It's going to win for United States and the tour and everything that has to go with it. And I think he's made that already. He's had a couple of meetings, I know, with players who in the past have maybe didn't do so good in that locker room, and maybe haven't done so good on the course as it relates to some players who play very good. And he's had those discussions already with these people. In other words, shape up or ship out, you know? And he's had...
I think because you got to agree that some of it will be for Strick. I mean, guys will want to win. They want to win for a lot of reasons, but also on that list, I'd say top 5. Maybe you're afraid because you know him so well of going all the way out with it. But a big reason why they're going to want to win is because of your son-in-law.
Well, you know, I think that might be it, but I know how he is. You know, we spent obviously more than just one time talking about what this should be. And, you know, he hasn't changed at all on what he's honored to be there. But he's also smart enough to go ahead and make it their idea to win. And many times we've had people who, and I think back even when I was, that they dominated the scene so much so that they were the focus of attention. And then we've had some players in recent weeks who years have taken such a backseat that somebody out on the stage, you know who I'm talking about, some of them players, all of a sudden they took over. So, and he's in the middle of that, where he's not going to let them run away, but he's also going to set the ground rules. And I think that Azinger's program had some impact on how he's going to pair people that can get along in the play. I don't see, pairing Tiger and Phil together is obviously not real good. You don't do that sort of stuff. But and the other thing is he has a lot of those players, not only those players, but a lot of players on the tour that when he's out there seek his advice for some things, whether it be putting or chipping, short game. So he has the respect from that side too. But pretty level-headed, you know, as late as today, you know, we spent, he's just level-headed, and I don't doubt he's going to win here again.
But you also say that he can make the tough decisions. Some people may not perceive him being that way, but he has that ability and will do that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I often say he's stoneheaded. I don't mean stoneheaded like as in whatever, but once he gets a conviction, he's got it. That's the way he's going to go. He's going to get it. He's very methodical in what he does. He's OCD, you know, he likes to line things up, you know. I mean, everything has to be right from whatever club he picks and how many times he wipes it off, even to the point that sometimes he can't even figure out what deer stand to go in. You know what I mean? He just drives you crazy with that. But I'm looking forward to him being there, and so are a lot of other people looking forward to be, Tiger included.
I want you two guys to talk a little bit about the game itself. You've mentioned this, Dennis, so has Larry, your brother, about the length that the players are hitting their clubs today. You talk about Koepka and Johnson and things like that. And maybe to make it, quote, fairer for other people, giving them a more equal opportunity to win. The concept of potentially narrowing the fairways at 260 to 270 yards, letting the grass grow, and putting the wedge game more back into the game. Or does that realistically, we'll start with Dennis, does that make any sense?
No, they're hitting it far. The ball has a lot to do with it, but so do they. I mean, these guys are big and strong and can hit the ball, you know, a long ways. The ball is different than it used to be a lot of years ago. But, you know, if I were doing it, a Tiger proofing,
the Masters didn't work. It didn't work.
That don't work. Making it longer is not gonna. It's just gonna. I would think that there should be more places where you can only hit it so far. Whether you put bunkers out in the front where they can only go so far, so that you know they're going to drive it. They can go ahead and hit it over thing if you can carry it 300 plus or whatever each and every time. But somehow they're going to have to get the golf course so that all these guys get into play because. This 340 or 350, there's no course that can own, and they don't hit it crooked. They hit it pretty good.
Tim, how do you see that?
I love it. I love this long ball game that the guys are playing. You know, some people may think it's sacrilegious to what it does to golf courses. You know, it's not to be fair, it's not big and strong anymore. It's just strong. You got guys 5'10", 180 who can rip at 340 just as much as you can Dustin Johnson, and you can't take that away from him unless you go to a different type of golf course or a different type of setup if the tour decides it wants to do that. But I think they kind of like the guys who are winning golf tournaments right now and the energy it's created, not just with Tiger, but obviously with Brooks Koepka and all these other young kids of various different sizes. And, here's the thought, Tiz. I think if Steve Stricker grew up in this generation versus when he did, and I know there's slow twitch and fast twitch muscles and everybody's built differently, but I guarantee you he'd be driving at 20 to 30 yards further than he does right now, just because that's how kids are taught to swing as hard as they can versus trying to put the ball in play. They'd rather just hit it, as we've heard. It's a cliche, but it's true. They hit it down as far as they can, close to the green. Usually have a wedge in their hand, where the worst they're going to make is bogey, and then make a lot of birdies that way. That's the new way to do it.
He definitely would have done things different. He downloads a lot. These guys load up at the top, and then of course, most every one of them it's still, I don't say chicken wing, but it is a flip. There's a way that you can adjust that club head speed by flipping it forward rather than rotating it. I mean, I've done it 100 times on the speed machine where I can get it to 151. But I tricked it to do it in the strike zone to flip it forward. You can make it go forward. And, notice that every one of these guys don't hit it right to left to go far. They hit it left to right to go far. So that it's coming from underneath, inside. It's stronger as it comes into impact. Okay, it's going to go further. But I'm with you a little bit on that, too.
Tiz will get on. DJ gets on the right side of the tee blocks, aims it barely inside the tree line down the left-hand side, and it cuts back perfectly right in front of the green for the most time.
Right.
For the most part.
He does, but if you take a look at, on the top of his swing, both of those guys bow it at the top, okay?
Yeah, Koepka too, you're right.
They bow it at the top, but if you take a look in the strike zone, when you address the ball, and if you address it, your right arm and both elbows are in front of your hips. And the rule of thumb is that right side better be in front of your hips on the way through the ball. If you take a look at the strike zone and impact for Johnson, it's perfect. It's right on the money. But the butt end of the club and his arms are out damn near past his left thigh. Holding, so he's got her shut down, and that's what he does. And, he can flip it right at the end, and it's going to go far left to right. But his torso is different, too, and Koepka's just big and strong. But the torso on Johnson's a little bit different. But you're right about Steve. We probably would have went ahead and had it hinge more at the top, more in a loaded position, so that he could use the ground better. He's pretty stiff-legged. He doesn't use the ground a lot like this other fella. Little guy hits it a long ways now. I forget his name here. But they're leaving their feet when they hit it. That means they're using the ground. They're pushing up on the ground. Justin Thomas, just like shooting free throws, use the ground. They push up, and they got it timed just perfect where push up, use the ground, and flip it, and they can hit it a long ways,
Guys, we could continue this for the whole hour, but we got to get Ben on the air and a couple of others. And
I don't really care about them. I like this too. We've been working hard to get this guy on TV. He's my favorite guy here.
Well, Tim, you're just going to have to come back. Huh?
Anytime, but I got to get this in. I just made 2 straight pars at Old Palm, Ray Floyd design, and I've got about 12 feet for birdie here. This is kind of unprecedented for me.
Okay.
And
remember,
for 10 minutes.
Don't be. Remember,
one hole to go.
Remember, we did a survey. All short putts don't go in.
We'll let you go, Tim. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Let's get on before the Open. We didn't talk Koepka and who's going to challenge. Okay, let's do this.
All right.
We'll get it.
All right, see you, Paul.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Take care.
We'll
buddy.
be back.
Right.
Thanks.
He's funny.
Hi, I'm Andy North. Join me and my friend Steve Stricker as we launch Birdies for Health at the American Family Insurance Championship, June 21st through 23rd. Birdies for Health is an effort to support American Family Children's Hospital, UW Carbone Cancer Center, and people experiencing organ transplants, Alzheimer's, and eye diseases. Make a pledge for every birdie that's made at this year's American Family Insurance Championship, and all the money you donate will go toward research and helping people in Wisconsin. Visit birdiesforhealth.org.
How does your home bring you to life? At Oak Park Place, life comes to you. You'll find comfortable living spaces and spacious apartments with all the features you expect in a place to call home. And Helping Hands provides support when you need it. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more about assisted living, memory care, and rehabilitation services at Oak Park Place, East Madison, Faribault, Janesville, and our newest location in Tacoma, just off Midvale Boulevard. We're here to help. Oak Park Place.
Last summer, the Golf Effect and Talking Golf were involved with Birdies to End Alzheimer's. This is Paul Brown, and on behalf of Dennis Tiziani and myself, we would like to thank everyone who donated to the Birdies campaign. $60,000 was raised, and 100% of the proceeds were donated to the Alzheimer's and Dementia Research Center at UW Hospital. Thanks again for your support, and we hope that others will join us this summer as Birdies for Health will be part of the American Family Insurance Championship.
At American Transmission Company, we help operate the most complex machine in the world, the grid. We know electricity is a necessity, and we help deliver it to communities that need it. We're helping build a more efficient, economical, and reliable electric system. Our ingenuity and innovation help deliver electricity that powers lives today and tomorrow. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
Driving rain, precipitation, downpour, cats and dogs. There are many names for bad weather, but to handle them, you only need one thing. Mercedes-Benz with 4MATIC permanent all-wheel drive. 4MATIC all-wheel drive enables better traction, giving you more certainty to negotiate surprises. So whether you're navigating slippery, wet pavement or tricky off-road puddles, it helps give you more confidence in a thunderstorm, a deluge, wet stuff. 4MATIC all-wheel drive is available on more Mercedes-Benz models than ever before. Get the 2019 GLC 300 4MATIC starting at just $42,700. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
MSRP for a 2019 GLC 300 4MATIC excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. Always drive carefully, consistent with conditions. See dealer for details.
Test drive the Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC at Zimbrick European on Rimrock Road off the Beltline, or shop ZimbrickEuropean.com.
It's time to play the University of Wisconsin golf course, University Ridge. Brand new bunkers and subtle design changes have only added to the excellent value of University Ridge, making it one of the best deals in the Midwest. The American Family Insurance Championship is just around the corner, but you can play one of the only public golf courses on the PGA Tour Champions prior to the event for under $100. For rate information or to book a tee time, check out universityridge.com. Play where the Badgers and the pros play, University Ridge.
We're back at Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and joining us now is Mario Tiziani, Dennis's son. Mario, I bet there's a lot of people don't know that Mario is the only former Badger golfer to make it on the tour. Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is, but I don't know, they're having a hard time. Well, it took 94 took almost 30 years to recognize Ben. Now maybe we'll get something else.
We're going to have Ben Walters on after Mario. Mario, welcome to the show. Mario, you're on the bag. You're Steve's representative agent. I've seen you at a couple of the Champion Tour events. I was thinking of Tucson last year when Steve won down there. And so you get around, obviously, on both tours. And reference to the American Family Insurance Championship, Mario, what I saw down in Tucson in terms of crowds and interest, and I'm not being disrespectful to that tournament, I guess my point is, would you agree that on the Champions Tour, the American Family Insurance Championship event is obviously getting close to maybe being the premier event on that tour?
Yeah, I think, first of all, hey, how you doing, Dad?
Yeah,
how are you?
Good to see you.
Paul, thanks for having me on. I would say so, and they've gotten awards to show that. So it's impressive, the people that are out there, and I don't think anybody in Wisconsin is surprised. They do a good job of supporting all Wisconsin sports. Anything that comes to the state, they get behind. So It's pretty cool to see, though. I mean, I've been to some of the majors even that aren't pulling the crowds that tournament's pulling.
And as Steve's representative, Mario, I'd be curious. A lot of things are channeled through you. Obviously, that's a very important aspect of your working with Steve. What's it like now that he's been named Ryder Cup captain? And are the demands getting even more? And obviously, next year, they're going to be unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they are getting more, which is great, I think. We've talked about it, and I said, hey, look, people care about you. They still want, they want to be in touch with you, and that'll go away at some point, and it feels good to be wanted. So it's super busy. Wish he could do everything. It's not possible, but we're doing the best we can, and we have to say no a lot, which isn't fun either, because there's a lot of good things to be done. But the reality is he's still playing, and he wants to play. He wants to play well, and there's no way that you can spread yourself that thin and be effective in that area. So that comes first, and if we can get things done along the way, that's great. But yeah, it's been super busy, and but it is what it is. It comes with the territory.
Yeah, and I don't mean this in a demeaning way at all, but I would think if Steve did everything that he was asked to do and appear at wherever he was asked to appear at, and it's tough to say no, but you have to put some realistic expectations on all of that. He literally, couldn't he? Either Dennis or you could answer this, Mario. He could be busy 300 nights a year doing whatever. I met him back in 1992 when I had my picture taken. Will he sign this kind of thing? That's a difficult thing to be involved with.
Well, that's why you have an agent, and
right.
That's what Mario does, is filter that so he can continue on doing what he's doing. I spent time with him today. He's focused on hitting the ball. He's focused on playing. Very rarely does it come up about something else, but he's focused on it. And Mario's doing good with him, being very much respected out on the circuit for what he is doing. And you got to admit, there's a success there.
Mario, you're also looking for young talent. You'd obviously like to have other clients and that kind of thing. How do you do that? Just take us quickly through what are your sources? Obviously, contacts and all of those things, but where do you find good young talent these days?
I do it myself. I'm on the ground. I watch, I'm watching the NCAA right now on TV. I have, I've got good relationships with a lot of the coaches. In fact, a majority of them played when I played. So, that relationship was kind of in place. And I will lean on coaches a lot because, I typically recruit character. That's where it starts. And when you know the coaches like Mike Small and Casey Martin and Conrad Ray, they're all high quality individuals. So they're probably recruiting character as well. So that's where I start, really, with a lot of those teams and coaches that I know, and I know what kind of players they recruit. And so character's first for me. Obviously, good player is the end game, but usually those go hand in hand. And if a guy's got some messed up character and maybe doesn't do the right things, it's going to catch up with them at some point. So I just as soon not get involved from the very beginning.
What are some of the challenges?
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges, Mario, you face in looking and also obtaining that player as a client? Maybe the more challenges you have that are harder than they were, say, 3, 4, 5 years ago or whatever.
I would say building the relationship is harder because they're turning pro quicker. We used to kind of start, freshman year would be really early to start a relationship with a kid. And now you're getting them, a lot of them are turning pro. They're, freshman, sophomore, junior year. So that's probably been the biggest change, is building the relationship. It's hard to recruit a kid when he's in high school. There's so much development there, physically, mentally. And sometimes even the really, really good ones, it doesn't mean he's a can't miss kid either. So, they can go the other direction. That's the challenge, really, is just, they turn pro so early. A lot of the good ones are anyways. that's been the biggest challenge for me right now, is building that relationship instead of just jumping in cold turkey and trying to do something for a kid that you don't know. Is kind of not my style. It is some people, but not mine.
How's social media changed the way you deal with people? Obviously, you have access maybe to more video on players and that kind of thing. In terms of Steve, it's the players in a certain respect, correct me if I'm wrong, but they can kind of control their own message. Can they not with social media today?
For sure. Yeah. Social media, digital content in general, even the Players Tribune, which you're probably familiar with, you're starting to get guys that are creating their own content, whether it's social media or digitally, with a 15-second kind of commercial that they've developed themselves, and they can structure those any way they want to and build their brand on their own, instead of a company coming in and saying, hey, look, we're going to do a commercial and this is how we're going to do it. They kind of create it themselves. So it's interesting. It's moving at a lightning pace. It's hard to keep up with. I'm still kind of on the Twitter part, to be honest, and that social media and how that can be very lucrative as well for players. But if they want it to be, that's in their own hands, and you've seen it work in both directions that way too. People say the wrong things and it can really kind of get haywire. So I love it. I love Twitter. I use it for recruiting a bunch. I pay attention to who kids follow, which you wouldn't think is a good avenue, but you can learn a lot about a kid on who he's spending his time following, to be honest. So you can really kind of dive into it. It's kind of a never-ending process, really.
We're chatting with Mario Tiziani. When you think of the Tiziani family, be it Dennis, be it Larry, be it Mario, you talk about the sport of golf. You talk about Steve Stricker, now Bobby. Big article on Bobby today in Wisconsin.golf. But there's a Tiziani championship in a family that has nothing to do with golf. I think it has to do with Mario's daughters. Aren't they international champions in something?
They are. They ride horses. They, I think, combined, they're double-digit national champions, which is pretty fun, pretty impressive. National and reserve national, which is second place, which really means something in the horse world. So yeah, they're super competitive in it, and it's great. They're not golfers. That's okay. They might be someday. Who knows? But this is they definitely are competitive, and they're good at it. They take it seriously. So it's not something that's part of our family in the past, but it's been fun for me to watch them grow and develop, doing something like that.
Dennis, Mario's obviously on a very successful path, and golf has been part of it, maintaining part of it, the golf aspect in his life, but a lot of positive things going on there in the family.
Well, I think so. And I think we have not talked about it or everything, but I think his future as a player in golf is just going to be starting here. He's 40-some years old now, 70.
Are you putting him on the Champions Tour when he's 50?
Well, I'll tell you what, that he's very strong. He's young.
We got a scoop here, Mario?
Oh,
well, we don't talk about it quite yet. I never know.
But you see, the operative word was quite yet.
Yeah.
But I think that as he gets on, one daughter's graduated now, the other one's a sophomore, a couple more years, and he'll be 50 or so. But I think that from a playing standpoint, I don't think you've heard the last of him.
We're going to leave it at that, but that's very interesting. I'm not going to get in trouble, Mario. I'm just going to let that one go.
That's okay.
And thank you for joining us on the program, and continued success, and appreciate the time. That's Mario Tiziani.
Yep. Thank you.
I see you, bud.
We'll be back on the Golf Effect Radio Network after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Andy North. Join me and my friend Steve Stricker as we launch Birdies for Health at the American Family Insurance Championship, June 21st through 23rd. Birdies for Health is an effort to support American Family Children's Hospital, UW Carbone Cancer Center, and people experiencing organ transplants, Alzheimer's, and eye diseases. Make a pledge for every birdie that's made of this year's American Family Insurance Championship. And all the money you donate will go toward research and helping people in Wisconsin. Visit birdiesforhealth.org.
Hi, this is Paul Brown, longtime Badgers sportscaster. My wife was only 57 years old when she started having trouble remembering things at work and getting lost driving home. That was the start of a heartbreaking 8-year journey that led to her eventual passing from Alzheimer's. Please don't ignore the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. Know where Alzheimer's hides. Find information at alz.org/Wisconsin.
Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Hi, this is Pat Richter. Whether choosing to make assisted living or memory care home, Oak Park Place offers a lifestyle centered around activities you enjoy, all with neighbors that become like family. You'll find independence when you want it, assistance when you need it. Oak Park Place. Our Wauwatosa community is located just off the expressway. For more information, call 414-292-0398. Our Oak Creek facility is scheduled to open in the fall. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
American Transmission Company moves electricity from where it's generated to communities where it's needed. Along the way, we help create an environment we can all appreciate. Animals find food in pollinator-friendly habitats we plant. Osprey nest on our platforms, and neighbors enjoy trails we help develop. At ATC, we care about the environment we all share. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.
Right now, Cherokee Country Club is offering outstanding introductory golf memberships. You can join Cherokee as an individual member for $2,400. Depending on your age, you can get a family membership that starts at only $2,900. Check it out for yourself. What you're going to find is the best deal in Madison when it comes to joining a club. And by the way, your membership also allows you to use the outdoor pool. You can play tennis for court cost only and use all the facilities at the Princeton Club and go to the Madison Club. If you're a business, Cherokee offers a voucher program that allows you to purchase 20 rounds of golf, good for 18 holes with golf cart for only $1,500. What a great way to entertain your clients, customers, or employees. Cherokee also offers memberships for swimming and indoor and outdoor tennis. And the public is welcome to use the driving range, restaurant, banquet facilities, and you can book a wedding there. For more information, call 249-1000 or visit the website at CherokeeCountryClub.net. Last summer, the Golf Effect and Talking Golf were involved with Birdies to End Alzheimer's. This is Paul Brown, and on behalf of Dennis Tiziani and myself, we would like to thank everyone who donated to the Birdies campaign. $60,000 was raised, and 100% of the proceeds were donated to the Alzheimer's and Dementia Research Center at UW Hospital. Thanks again for your support, and we hope that others will join us this summer as Birdies for Health will be part of the American Family Insurance Championship. We're back at Cherokee Country Club along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and Ben Walters is on the line. We'll get to him in just a few seconds. We have a scoop for you. Anybody listening to this show, this is a scoop. No pressure on Mario, but you said what during the commercial break?
That he'll win on the Champions Tour.
He hasn't even said he's going to play yet, and you've already got him winning.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. He hasn't lost that thing to play. And we see him here, and I see him play. He just got done playing there just not too long ago out at where he's a member out there in Phoenix. What is that place called there?
I have no idea.
Anyway, where all those big shots play. And he played with somebody against John Rahm and somebody else, which I found out later. So I asked him about it. He said, yeah, we played. John's not too happy. I said, why is that? Well, we kind of beat him up. He said, I made 7 birdies in 18 holes. So he's already playing against some of the big dogs. But he's works out. What was that thing you told me was P90? P90X, that workout thing.
Yeah.
So he's extremely good shape, extremely strong. And, he's getting ready unbeknownst to anybody else. But he'll
well, and a guy that made a bunch of birdies for you is Ben Walters. And Ben has joined us. And Ben is going to be going into the Wisconsin State Golf Association and the UW Halls of Fame. So, Ben, first of all, congratulations, kind of a dual honor there and well-deserved. Your reaction to the news when you got it.
Hey, Paul. Well, it was actually both of them were kind of right out of the blue. And the call for the Wisconsin Hall of Fame actually happened last year. It was from an old friend, an old good player in Wisconsin, a guy named Randy Warbuck, who's on the nominating committee, and he contacted me quite some time ago, and that wasn't voted on until later, just a couple weeks ago actually. But the call from Alvarez happened to be on my birthday this year, and that just caught me totally by surprise. They're both huge honors. I don't think I got the words to tell you how I feel, but I'm certainly very honored.
Well, when you talk about the Wisconsin State Golf Association, just a few of the guys that are in that Hall of Fame: Dennis Tiziani, 1989, Larry Tiziani, 2009, Gary D'Amato, 2017.
Did he ever win?
Steve Stricker, 2007, Andy North in 1990, and Jerry Kelly in 2007. Dennis, in terms, obviously you were with Ben. You guys, he played in 92 and 93, 93 and 94. He won a Big Ten title and 3 state opens. Recap what you saw in Ben and what kind of a player was he?
Well, we always, he's got a big heart. He understands how to win. He didn't struggle as a child, but you could tell that he was competitive from day one, that he was a competitive. He came here, he transferred here. We asked him to redshirt, I believe we did, and he didn't like that. But as it turned out, it worked out good because now he's a little bit older, playing against those who may not be quite as old. But even still, all the way along the line, but bigger than just being a player, he was the leader of that team, that they looked up to him, and he was the goal setter. He was the bar, and he just didn't set it. He was the bar, and proved it not only in winning a Big Ten, but also the state opens, 3 of them. And one of them I went up to watch him play. He beat Steven one up in Eau Claire.
Do you remember that one, Ben?
Are you kidding? Yeah, I do.
Talk a little bit about it going down the stretch there.
Oh yeah.
Well, you mentioned the Hall of Fame inductions. Tiz was in there. What do you say, 1989? It was long before I came to Madison. So trust me, when I decided to transfer back, I knew what I was getting into, and that was a great decision to be there with him and around Cherokee for those years. State opens. Eau Claire was cool because I just graduated. I'd spent the summer basically working on the grounds crew at Cherokee, and Dennis was helping me get together a package of people that would allow me to play. And so that was, like my second tournament as a pro. That was a big deal. In fact, I remember Tiz walked out and was out on the course late in the round, and I thought I had the tournament won. The 2 guys I played with struggled, and I had a good back nine, and I came from behind and thought I had the tournament. And Tiz told me that Dave Miley had birdied, I think, his last 4. And it would have made a big difference if I didn't know that. I was able to hit a couple decent shots, and I had 12-footer for birdie on the last hole, and I made it. But it was key that Tiz was there and clued me in. So definitely remember that.
You got any favorite stories on Ben, Tiz? That you can tell on the air, I mean?
No.
Yeah, right.
No. Yeah, right. No, he went on a couple of spring trips that we had a lot of fun at, and that was good. But most of all for him, he was pretty close to the vest. Golf was an item for him, and it's not a surprise that he would have won, as far as I was concerned. He didn't need a whole lot of leadership, though. He was on time all the time. There were no issues with alcohol or drugs, none of this stuff right here. It was all about golf. In fact, that whole group was pretty good. They like to go up to Ho Chunk. There was a couple guys there that like to go up there, but we got on those boys really quick, sitting next to a couple of sponsors, and my boys are playing blackjack, and we're asking sponsors to give money, and our boys are playing blackjack. So we cut that out really quick. But
Tiz,
yeah.
One of the things I know you love about those 2 teams that I played on that won the Big Ten is there were 6 guys total.
Yeah,
that played for those 2 years, and all of us were Wisconsin guys.
Want to say that a little louder?
I told you.
Say that a little louder.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. I'm hoping that somebody out in the audience can hear. We got Wisconsin guys.
I told you. Well, and I told you the UW Athletic Hall of Fame induction is just out of left field for me. I never saw that coming, and I have to believe that if the team hadn't won 2 Big Tens, I'd had a lot of trouble getting in that Hall of Fame. So definitely feel that was a factor. Has to be.
Ben, when you look back on your career at Wisconsin and the sport of golf in general, how's it impacted your life?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, I started so young, Paul. I was 10 years old. My dad was a good player. He won the state high school tournament in Kansas, where he's from. And, I've just always done it. And you get exposed to so many quality people. And that started, believe it or not, right there in Menominee all those years ago in the mid-'80s. And I've just always been fortunate to be around a lot of great people. And most of that has to do with golf. It teaches you so much. I mean, it just doesn't let you get away with anything. And it's a great teacher. And I've been very lucky to have it in my life.
Do you still play it competitively? Does it mean as much to you today, or you're busy with the real estate business?
Yeah, I think it means so much to me. I don't play because if I don't have enough time to really work at it, it's not as interesting to me. And I wouldn't say for sure that my competitive days are over. I'm still in decent shape, and I'll be 50 in a couple of years. But I haven't been playing. I think the last competitive round I played was Racine Country Club State Open in 2012. So it's been a while.
Wow. Well, we had Mario on a little earlier, right before you, and Tiz has got him going on the Champions Tour when he's 50, and you're closing in on that now. So there you go, a new challenge for you.
He'd make
Hey,
it.
you never know.
He'd make
never
it.
say never. I tell you what, maybe if I bring my clubs up this summer, I can come out and Tiz can help me kick some of the rust off.
There you go. You got it. You got it. But there is one little
right,
story
cool.
I think I told these guys about. I can remember at Michigan. That's where he won the Big Ten at Michigan, and we were going along pretty good. We had her pretty well. But I asked him. He shot 65, -6 in the first round, 65. So when I saw him on one of the holes, I said, I always want to know and ask him how you're doing. Some guys didn't like it, but I really didn't give a damn about that. And I said, how you doing? He put up 6 fingers, like he was 6 under. And I thought, wow, good. Then you're even for today. No, I'm 6 under for this round too. So here he was killing them, We were having a good time doing it, but he really played good. That's not that easy of a golf course to do that. And to win a Big Ten championship was pretty good. But then to bring his team along, too, because we've had Big Ten champ. No, we don't know if they won a Big Ten when what's-his-name won it. But they won 2 of them, 2 of them in a row, which is really unheard of today.
Well, Ben, we appreciate you coming on the show, and congratulations again on going into the Wisconsin State Golf Association Hall of Fame as well as the UW Hall of Fame. And I think you ought to bring those clubs back when you do come back here. And it'd be nice to see you two get out there and play a round of golf, wouldn't it? That'd be fun.
Be good. I'll watch.
It's a deal. It's a deal. Listen, it was a pleasure talking to you guys.
I'll see you
down memory lane. Awesome.
See you in a little bit.
That's Ben Walters. We'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Andy North. Join me and my friend Steve Stricker as we launch Birdies for Health at the American Family Insurance Championship, June 21st through 23rd. Birdies for Health is an effort to support American Family Children's Hospital, UW Carbone Cancer Center, and people experiencing organ transplants, Alzheimer's, and eye diseases. Make a pledge for every birdie that's made at this year's American Family Insurance Championship, and all the money you donate will go toward research and helping people in Wisconsin. Visit birdiesforhealth.org.
Hi, this is Dave Gary, the owner of the Princeton Clubs. Our summer launch event is going on now through May 18th with everything you need to get in shape for the summer, including the latest group training programs, our world-class facilities, plus special offers for current and new members through May 18th. Our For a Better Tomorrow campaign partner this month is UW Children's Hospital of Madison. For every new member, we make a donation to a local organization that's working hard to improve the communities wherever a Princeton club is located. Summer is just a few weeks away, so I invite you to make a difference in your health today by joining the Princeton Club. And with our summer launch event going on, it's a great time to get started. I think you'll be surprised how much better you feel just after a few workouts. The Princeton Clubs, voted Madison's best health club year after year. Visit PrincetonClub.net for a free trial pass and to learn more about our summer launch event.
We're committed to excellence, the Princeton Club. We're committed to you.
Hi, this is Pat Richter. Oak Park Place offers a lifestyle centered around activities you enjoy, all with neighbors that become like family. Whether choosing to make assisted living or memory care home, you'll find independence when you want it, assistance when you need it. Oak Park Place. Our Wauwatosa community is located just off the expressway. For more information, call 414-292-0398. Our Oak Creek facility is scheduled to open in the fall. Visit oakparkplace.com to learn more.
Driving rain, precipitation, downpour, cats and dogs. There are many names for bad weather, but to handle them, you only need one.
210.
Mercedes-Benz with 4MATIC permanent all-wheel drive. 4MATIC all-wheel drive enables better traction, giving you more certainty to negotiate surprises. So whether you're navigating slippery wet pavement or tricky off-road puddles, it helps give you more confidence in a thunderstorm, a deluge, wet stuff. 4MATIC all-wheel drive is available on more Mercedes-Benz models than ever before. Get the 2019 GLC 300 4MATIC starting at just $42,700. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
MSRP for a 2019 GLC 300 format excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. Always drive carefully, consistent with conditions. See dealer for details.
Test drive the Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC at Zimbrick European on Rimrock Road off the Beltline, or shop ZimbrickEuropean.com.
It's time to play the University of Wisconsin golf course, University Ridge. Opening for play on May 1st with new bunkers and design changes, University Ridge is one of the best deals in the Midwest. The American Family Insurance Championship is less than 2 months away, but you can play one of the only public golf courses on the PGA Tour Champions prior to the event for under $100. For rate information or to book a tee time, check out universityridge.com. Play where the Badgers and the pros play, University Ridge.
On Talking Golf, along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown. Tiz, in about 30 seconds. You worked a little bit with Steve today. He's going to Memorial this weekend, is he not?
Yeah, he's going. He's doing good. He's doing good. That tournament, you can't judge by that tournament in New York. That's such a one-dimensional type course. It's long. It's difficult. It's hard to do, and he's still working with a couple of different shafts and stuff. But today was a major breakthrough today, right back on the track again, and he felt good. So we'll see what shakes going forward.
Okay, and this reminder, we have golf passes to sell. $50 entitles you to play a round of golf with Golf Car at UW Ridge or Wild Rock. We only have 50 passes per course. Some of them are sold already. All you have to do is go to the Golf Effect website, and it says passes for sale on that website. You click on it. You order the passes, whether it's a foursome or a couple or maybe two foursomes. You pay for the passes, $50 per pass. 100% of the money comes to the Golf Effect, and we use that money for charity and those kind of things. And then the passes will be sent to you by a representative here at Cherokee Country Club. So if you want to play two outstanding courses, the only restriction on UW Ridge, can't play in the month of June because of the tournament. Wild Rock, if you've never played there, is an outstanding golf course, and you can get those passes now. $50 per round, including Golf Car. For David McCann, along with Kevin Ryan, Dennis Tiziani, this is Paul Brown. We're out of time already tonight.
Again.
And it goes pretty fast, but yet we'll be back again next Monday night, same time, same location, and we'll do another round of golf. And we thank you for joining us tonight from Cherokee Country Club in Madison. We thank you for joining us for Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network.